They don't have a chair for Skeletor?
There is a new Night of the Living Dead sequel in development. Now, it's not necessarily like a sequel as in Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, all them deads, it ain't those. This is like a direct sequel to Night of the Living Dead. And it is directed by a woman by the name of Nikyatu Jusu, who filmed The Nanny, won the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance this year. So we have yet to watch this movie because it has yet to be released. But this woman has won an award at the Sundance Film Festival, and she is being given the keys, and it is also being produced by Romero's film company. This movie is also being penned by Latoya Morgan, who has done plenty of episodes for The Walking Dead. So she's written a lot for the Walking Dead. Now, how do you guys feel about a direct sequel to the original Night of the Living Dead? Like, do you guys feel like this is something that should be done, or do you guys want something different, like Night of the Living Dead Space Edition or something? Like, do you guys want this to go somewhere else? Because we had Land of the Dead, we had Island of the Dead, we had Cruise Ship of the Dead. No, I'm just joking, but we've had so many dead movies. Like, is this something that you guys are actually interested in seeing?
Well, I am.
Go ahead.
I am. Well, like, see, because we got Dawn of the Dead as the sequel, we got the remake of that too. But when you go like direct sequel, is it the same night? Is it going to be based on the female characters who survived? There's a lot. I'm interested in, because we're talking about Romero. Kind of, he started this. Have we got too many zombie films? Probably. But I think it's very clever if you're going to do a zombie film, like we were talking. If you're going to do something, do a Romero sequel that fits in between Dawn and Night. So that could be interesting. I would be interested in seeing that. Keep the CGI. Keep it. You know how the first Night of the Living Dead was a small type film where it's situated in the house, pretty much the whole film. Yeah.
Didn't everybody die in that though?
No, the girl survived.
Which
the main
girl?
The main girl, Barbara.
Yeah,
she survived.
Everybody died.
The black dude nearly survived. Yeah,
but he got sniped.
But as I say, but as far as I know, yeah, the girl survived. So, and it shows all the hillbillies outside and all kind of shit. It kind of shows that humans just as bad as we are. But anyway, as I say, look, it'll be interesting to know. Hopefully to keep it small, like the first one, keep it in the same place, not big scale like Dawn of the Dead became, and direct sequel, maybe carry on from what she had to do next. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the next. But here's the thing, though. If we're going to do zombie movies, you got to give me something different. That's the reason why I love Train to Busan so much, is because it's different. It actually tried to tell a story, and it tried to add different elements, and it had character development. We don't usually get those with a lot of zombie movies. So here's the hope for hoping for the best with this sequel. I mean, I'm a George A. Romero fan, so we'll see where he goes with this. Him being involved in it, and then him trusting this new director. I want to see The Nanny. In order for me to make my decision about how I'm gonna feel about this movie, I need to watch The Nanny first. So I don't know when The Nanny's gonna come out, if it's gonna get a theatrical release or if it's gonna get like a Amazon Prime release or some sort of streaming release. But I'll check that out and I'll make my decision based off of that. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's take some comments. This is from the Saw 110 is the number of completion. So hopefully this is it. And then also we have sign me up for all the zombie movies. Karma says.
All right, Karma. There's something I wanted to talk. There was something I always feel like they left out in zombie films. When I say left out, we've had so many, and there's a way for me to have. All right, so Walking Dead, it's pretty much finished now. I always felt like after 10 years, to put a spin on top of the zombies, if they somehow evolved, if you get what I mean, they've got smarter, they're doing other things, and I always thought that would be a good twist. Now I know we got what's that Zack Snyder film we got recently?
The heist one. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, that one. You know how like some of them were actually like clever I don't know if they were actually the same kind of zombies rather than, I don't know, but you know, like with The Walking Dead now, after 10 years or so, you'd think it'd be good if they started evolving and just add a little twist on it all, like a bit of a spin. I always thought that'd be pretty cool, but we'll see. Anyway, what's
Yeah,
next?
if honestly, yeah, I really feel like if zombies evolve, that would be pretty cool because
Yeah,
yeah, like the Zack Snyder movie, I think that was pretty decent too. But
but you know, like, you know, what this is saying, The Walking Dead, like, um, they've learned how to open up locks, or they've just figured little things out. Right, there's been 10 years. Their brains now, maybe they can evolve. Just
learn how to
don't
listen to
be like
music.
super clever.
learn how to learn how to listen to music. Doesn't one have headphones in, and then the other he also knows how to use a gun?
Exactly, a bit like that, yeah, but it's just a bit more than that, you know, where they're able to, they just know. I just think it'd be a good spin if you could just add something like that. But anyway, I digress.
So, how are you guys feeling about this new zombie movie? Is it anything that you're interested in? And then go ahead and comment now. And if you comment now, we'll read it live. And then if you comment later, we will also read it and respond to it. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Don't forget to tell your friends, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews, your pet dog, everybody to come check us out. And then we're going ahead and shuffle on over to the next topic. The next topic is Shelley Duvall, right? That's how we say her name.
Shelley Duvall. I mean,
Shelley Duvall, the iconic co-star of The Shining, who has basically left Hollywood in the 1990s because she was sick and tired of everything. She also hated the way that she was treated by the director, Stanley Kubrick, yeah, and Jack Nicholson as well. She hated it, right?
Oh, really? I don't know about him.
I don't know. She said that they treated her like crap, and she was really upset.
I know that Stanley Kubrick purposely gave her a hard time, made her life hell to get a performance out of her. I don't know about Jack Nicholson.
I know, Jack. I don't know. Maybe I'm just basically
making shit up, exaggerating. Yeah,
screw you.
But as I say, like Popeye, I know she was on Popeye. It
was olive oil,
and she was actually great casting for that. To be honest with you,
she looks like she looks.
Yeah. And all I know is The Shining. I know she left Hollywood and she's had some.
In the 1990s, she left. She never came back.
Well, you know, I don't even know what the film is. It's just a horror. So,
I'm going to tell you right now, the movie is called The Forest Hill. It is an indie horror thriller from the director, Scott Goldberg. He hasn't had really any director roles, but he has been credited as a crew member on Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Now, this movie is also starring Edward Furlong, Chico Mendes, and Dee Wallace. Dee Wallace is in this movie. Amazing.
Ooh,
The Forest Hills follows a disturbed man who is tormented by nightmarish visions after enduring head trauma while camping in the Catskill Mountains. Duvall will play the mother of the mentally ill and emotionally disturbed Rico Mendez, who serves as his inner voice. Interesting. So she's going to be the mother, I guess, of the main character who has experienced this traumatic brain trauma.
All right.
It sounds pretty interesting, though. It honestly, look, I'm all for indie horror movies, right? Which is going to segue perfectly into our next topic. I'm all for indie horror movies. I really feel like indie horror movies give us something that these big budget blockbuster horror movies don't give us anymore. They try to challenge us.
Speaking of indie horror movies, what are we going to talk about? T2. Edward Furlong, you just mentioned Edward Furlong, and now we're going to talk about T2.
Hey,
right? See what I did there? You like that?
All right. Yeah. So, but hold on. Before we move on to that topic, are you guys interested in seeing Shelley Duvall come back to the big screen? Does it mean anything to you guys that it just so happens to be a horror project? How do you guys feel about it? Comment about it down below, or if you catch us on the replay later, comment down below, and we still are going to comment and say something later.
We will read it. Promise.
Hello.
Sam has joined me, everybody. The the mascot of Halloween is here. He's here chilling in my living room because he's awesome like that. But check it out though. How do you guys feel about Shelley Duvall? comment it down below, comment in the live stream. But if you have not done so already, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you tell your auntie, your niece, your nephew, tell everybody to come on through because this live stream is going to be even better the further we go. Now we go into the next topic. What's the next topic, Del Boy? Go ahead.
Terminator 2, T2,
Terminator 2.
Terrifier 2.
I'll be black.
Been doing. How good has Terrifier 2 been doing?
Terrifier 2 officially has made. I opened up the wrong window. It is officially made $7.63 million, over 30 times its budget of $250,000. Now, I wanted to bring this topic to you specifically, Sir Del Boy, because you, my friend, told me that Terrifier 2 never made it to a theater near you. It did not make it to a theater near you. How much bigger do you think this box office numbers would have been if they would have released it in the UK full time like they did here?
A lot bigger, because there is a massive horror community over here, and Terrifier 2 has been on the lips of everyone over here for a while, well, especially in the horror community. So now I will tell you this. There's a thing that it was actually you put me onto called Fright Fest in January.
Oh, yeah.
Terrifier 2 had a premiere in the UK in January, just gone. Now, I didn't even know, and it wasn't far from me either. But the thing is that it was just a one-off, and that was it. And we all, like, I only got to see it a few days ago. It was a nightmare to get to see this movie. And to be honest with you, it's like HBO Max. We don't have HBO Max. We don't have Peacock. How much is HBO Max losing in Peacock and all that? I mean, all right, but
you
they've
guys have
Hulu? Hulu, no. We don't have Hulu. We don't have that. But Terrifier 2, look, as I said, it's done really well for what it is, for what they made. So they're really happy. But I definitely think they could at least, I wouldn't go double what they have now, but a good few more million on top.
They would have hit. I think if they would have released it in the UK, it would have been over 10 million.
But I guarantee you part 3 will be. Part 3 is a bigger budget. You know?
Do you see, look, the fact that this movie has caused as much stir as it has, it has literally been on daytime television. They've created barf bags to go see this movie that they've been handing out at the movie theater. Like, this movie is freaking huge. You know what I mean? And it's crazy too that, you know, like David Howard Thornton just went to the UK not too long ago, and yet there's still no official release of that over there other than through streaming, which is a shame because, like I said, if that movie would have been able to touch down in the UK, this is a theater movie. Like, this is a movie that's good to see with a group of people because people are going to react and people are going to respond, and then maybe you might have somebody that wants to yak or something like that, and it'll just be good to just be in a theater with all these people responding and reacting to this movie the same way in real time, like you're doing, right? Yeah. So I think that T2 definitely missed the ball with not being released into major theaters, but I will say this, that they kind of snuck in the door with it because I think that this movie is an NC-17 over here. And granted, I don't think they had people waiting by the doors and then they were IDing people coming in. I heard like this movie really snowballed into something big and it's only going to get bigger.
I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. They put a lot of work, love, and everything into this. And I'm happy for him. I really am.
And it's crazy too. It's so much love for the 80s in this movie. Like, you guys have no idea some of the freaking practical set effects that they used in this movie. It's huge. It's crazy. But that's how do you feel? You're happy that they made their budget?
I'm
happy that they 30 times their budget.
I'm over the moon for them, and I'm really happy. They worked hard for it and they got it. They're nobodies, and they just come out and they tried this thing. Who, by the way, is now becoming a horror icon. And part 3. They'll have CGI in it for sure. I'm telling you, they'll have enough money to do what they want with it.
They don't want to do CGI though. That's the thing. They're purposely avoiding CGI at all costs. Like I think they might have like little touches and bits of CGI, but they don't want CGI. They want it all practical. They want it to feel real.
Okay. Well, as I said, I'm really glad for them, and I hope they make a third one, which they will.
What about? Well, they are definitely. What about you guys? Have you guys had a chance to go see Terrifier 2? Is it even available in a theater near you? Have you guys had the chance to watch it online, or have you watched it in theaters? How do you feel about the movie? Let us know in the comment section down below. If we don't get to you now, we will get to you later. Trust and believe. And if you have not subscribed already because you're watching this movie, watching this video in the future, and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. What the hell are you waiting for?
I know.
Next topic.
See you all soon, you royal boobs.
I can't wait.